And I hope that this is going to simplify it. I hope it's not going to be more trouble than it's worth. Plus they don't have a winch. So we're just getting everything planned out for right now, and I got this 3-inch piece of oh, what do you call it? Is it bar stock? I think this is 3/8 inch, and I'm gonna put it on this end. I'm gonna cut it in half. It's a foot long, so it'll be a 6-inch piece on this side, 6-inch piece on this side, and then it'll have a hole in it, and that's where that 4-inch piece of square tubing, or actually 5-inch, geez, no, 4-inch piece of square tubing is going to go across, and then it's going to have like a an anchor point that goes across the top of it, and that's where the winch is going to attach, and the winch is going to go up there. And I'm going to remove that thing right there. I don't really need it anymore anyway. Whenever the winch has it pulled all the way forward, it'll be vertical, it'll be up, and then it'll lean back a little bit. That way whenever I release the winch, it'll just fall, and it'll actually fall horizontally, and then if you let it fall all the way, it'll go all the way down. And I'm going to make it to where the winch cable isn't going to be binding or anything, or rubbing on anything. I need to make a measurement for my square tubing. It's going to go across from end to end. We're looking at about 8 foot and 3/4. So we're going to take this piece of bar stock up there. It's a metal supermarket, and have them cut these holes. They'll do it for you up there. Of course, they charge, you know, it's not free. Beats having to use my drill press. I hate drilling out big holes in thick metal. It just wears out drill bits, and I don't know how to sharpen drill bits, and to be honest, I don't really want to put the effort in to try to learn how to sharpen drill bits. Well, we made it back home. We got all our metal. Got 4-inch by 4-inch pieces here with the 5/8 inch hole drilled in the center, and this is 1/4 inch. And then we got this 3-inch flat bar, 6 inches long, 3/8 inch thick, 4 pieces. We got 5x3 angle iron, that's 3/8 inch thick. We got some 4x4 square tubing. I believe these are 22 inches long, 3/16 inch thick. And then we got this piece right here that's 8 foot long, 4-inch by 4-inch, 3/16 thickness. Believe it or not, all this, guys, $410. And then we got a winch. I think this was like 140 bucks. 3,500 pound winch from Harbor Freight. All right, so these are going to be our end caps. They'll go on the end of that 4-inch cubing out there. But before we put them on there, we got to put a nut on here, get it centered, and then weld it on here. That way, whenever we mount up that 4x4 square tubing, we'll have something to bolt it to. Tighten that on up. Now we can weld that nut to it, and then loosen that bolt off of there once it's welded. All right, there's one. Please don't laugh at my welds. I know they're not perfect. Ow! There it is. Let's cool this bad boy off. Alright, so this piece is going to go on here like this, but before I weld it, got to take it back off and bevel both sides of this so the weld can fill in. Okay, now we got a nice little bevel in there, and we can weld it up. Alright, there's our first weld. What do you welding experts think? No, I'm just kidding. I don't want your opinion. I know it ain't very good. Alright, let's do the other side. Alright, we got one end completed. And we're going to do the other end, and we'll get right back with you, boys. Well, there's one side. Still got to drill out this hole a little more. I got to go get a 5/8 drill bit, because the one I have wasn't cutting it. That's the 1/2 inch hole. It's pretty stout. I know my vertical welds aren't perfect, but they're getting better, I guess. There's the other side. This side looks better, I think. But she'll definitely hold up. I hit it with this hammer. I whacked it pretty damn hard a while ago because it was just slightly out of alignment, and I kicked it back over, and I mean, these welds didn't budge, so I might reinforce it right here a little bit, maybe, I don't know. So it's the next day, and I jumped the gun yesterday and got in a hurry. This thing won't even turn, plus it needs to be higher. At the height it is right now, the winch is going to be rubbing. So I'm just taking this off, and I'm just going to have to add this to each side. It's great. I didn't want to use that flat bar, so we are just using these pipe sticks right here. I don't ever use them anymore. It'll be something like that. All right, we got the piece of channel iron on here. Just got to weld it up, but that's how it's going to look right there. Same way on the other side. We can put this across it. Well, it's coming along. We got that side. Now we just need to get this one. Had to put up my whatever you call this thing, tent thing. I'm out here burning, boys. I'm out here burning. I got light skin. All right, we finally got this piece mounted. She spins really nice. I don't know why this brings a smile to my face. It kind of reminds me of like a combine. Well, I knew better than getting too excited about something. And now I got to take it back off again to get these pins out. I'm just leaving this off. All right, now we're ready to put these pieces on. They're gonna go vertically like this. And then these are what the pipe stakes are gonna go in. So we gotta bevel these down. We got some of them beveled down. Now we gotta space these out evenly. We're gonna have 4 of them, plus we're gonna have our mount point here in the center for the winch. So we're gonna have 5 things, and they're gonna be evenly spaced. So how do you figure out your spacing on it? Well, if you have 5, then you're gonna take your total width and divide it by 6. And that'll give you 6 increments. So we got 97 1/4. We're going to do that divided by 6. All right, that gave us 16.20. Okay, we're going to go in increments of 16 and 3/30 seconds, if we can figure that out. So 32 and 6/30 seconds will be next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right. So next will be 9, 48, and then 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's where we went wrong. Next will be 12, 64, and then 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh man, next will be 15, which is almost 81. And then next will be 18, which will take us to an 1/8. So that'll be 91, 90, 96 and an 1/8. No. Golly. 81, 91, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 97 and an 1/8. I'm just doing math wrong, guys. Well, that took way too long. So that, boom, boom, boom. All right, we got them all marked out. We're gonna have one there, anchor point. There's one of them that's ready to be welded, and then our last. So let's go ahead and weld this. With stuff like this that it's kind of hard to clamp, you know, because it's so tall. You just kind of want to tack weld it. Maybe one here, one here, one here, one here, and just make sure when you start to weld that those tack welds on the other side don't break, because then it's going to pull it that way. Like if you're welding on this side and these tack welds break, it's going to pull it over. See, now we got our tack welds on both sides, so we can go ahead and start welding, and it shouldn't pull it one way or the other. Well, we got one of them. And you know, I forgot, I got to put a little drain hole on the bottom of this. We'll probably put it right there in that corner. So, you know, these probably are going to fill up with water, and that way the water will just drain right out. All right, I put another weld over this. I turned up my amperage to 120 this time. I had it on 105 a while ago, just so I could kind of get down there in those valleys. But yeah, it's burning there pretty good. Oh, you know, whenever you chip off this slag, you know, always wear eye protection. It's not perfect, but that's a lot better. Alright, well, we're finished up with one of them. There's our hole for drainage. And I went ahead and put another weld on top of that other one just to get a little better coverage right there. Same for the other side. And then there's that side, and there's that one. 3 more to go, plus the anchor point. We finished these up. Got about 3 welds on each one of them. 3 there, 3 there, 3 there, 3 there. Yeah, they're okay, you know, it's nothing special. But it will hold, I know that. For sure. Alright, so now I got a custom made piece. This is made out of 3-inch flat bar and it's doubled up. So now it's 3/8 inch thick times 2, so what is that? Why can't I think today? Had to look at a freaking tape measure. 3/4 inch thick. I should have known that. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna drill a hole in that, and then we're gonna drill a hole in this piece, a hole in this piece, and we'll show you what I got planned for all this. By the way, one thing I might mention, these hole saws are awesome. They're cheap. And they actually last longer than these drill bits. This is a DeWalt 1/2 inch bit right here. Probably the best, at least that I can find. You know, you can find these at like Tractor Supply and Lowe's. But you know, just this one bit right here, 1/2 inch bit, that's about 20 bucks. It's ridiculous. I think it might be more than that actually. And this is a 3/4 inch hole saw, and this thing was like $10. And it lasts a lot longer. There's what I just cut out with that drill bit, boys. Or with that hole saw, my bad. It's 3/4 inch right there. And you know the beauty of these is there's less cutting area for the hole saw. So, you know, with the drill bit, you got to drill out all of that area. With the hole saw, it's just a hole. It's just a circle essentially. So that's why I think they last longer. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I'd be lucky to get one use out of a drill bit with that, and that's not even joking. Drill bits just are horrible nowadays. So these 2 pieces right here, they're going to be welded to the square tubing. Got it all squared up here, and then we're going to have this go through it, but it's also going to go through this in the center, and then the other end of this is going to be attached to a D-ring, which will be attached to the winch, which will be up there. Well, I think we got the metal part finished. Got to get her painted up, and then we're going to call it a day. And this is going to attach to the winch. Well, we're through for the day. We got her painted up. I'm tired. Putting those pipe stakes, bringing them down off the trailer onto the truck and onto ground level, and then back from ground level onto the pickup, back onto the semi-trailer. It was wearing me down, and I hope that this is going to simplify it. I hope it's not going to be more trouble than it's worth. All right, boys, well, it's about what, 4 days later. Finally got some more time to work on this, and as you can see, I have removed the box that was up there. There it is right there. I don't know what I'm going to do with this huge thing, but you know, I really wasn't using it on this truck. So now we got the step moved from back here up to here. We got this space available now. I even put a little door here, just latches down here on the floor, slides out, and then latches right over here. And you can even do that too. Now I got a little door, a little compartment space. Back to this, what am I working on right now? I just got some holes drilled on this 3/8 inch plate with this 3/4 inch hole saw here. These two plates, they're gonna go like right here, kind of like here, except a little, not spread out that far, spread out just enough to clear this. And anyway, they'll go right here. This piece will go here, and then I'll have a piece that's going to come out of the bed that I can remove whenever I don't need it, but it's going to be where this attaches to. And this will be used for transportation only, for transporting the pipe stakes. So whenever I stick them in here, this will take on all the weight. That way there's no stress on the winch, and take them back home, take out the pin, and drop them on down with the winch, and then whenever I'm done unloading them, I can put this back in the truck and just fold it back down. I had to cut out a little bit of the rear right here for this to clear, but it's coming along, boys. Well, it's the next day, and we got a little bit more progress done today. I think we're done with all the welding. Just need to start doing the winch now. That's going to be on a separate video, but I think this is about the position I want it in. You can see it leans back a little bit. That way when I release on the winch, it'll just fall back. Of course, I'll have to come out here and take this loose first, and then just let it fall back with the winch. But this is transport mode for the pipe stakes. And then of course you can take this out and just fold it back over itself. Came out pretty good, I think. Oh, I'll show you this real quick. If you take this pin out, and then take this pin out, crawl under here, take this pin out. Now, I can pull this out. Pretty cool, huh? Well, we made some last minute changes here. We got this piece of metal we put in here. It was a piece of square tubing. I cut it in half, welded it in there just to beef that up a little bit. Got her painted up, and kind of did the same on this side. Put this 3/8 inch piece of flat bar over here, and just to kind of beef that up a little bit. All right, y'all, let's give this thing a test run. So here's where I would slide them out. I might have to put like a, what do you call it, a turnbuckle on this to make it go back. Make it to where the winch is slowed down, because right now it just drops it really fast. Now I can winch it back up. It won't even winch it back up, guys. That's awesome. Well, at least it'll do two of them. Well, back to the drawing table we go. I should have known better than this. Gotta have this stuff up higher. It's just too much stress down low right here. So we're gonna have to move this up here somewhere, and then we're gonna have to move this. We're gonna put a bar across here, weld these to it. So yay. There it is. We got all the pieces cut off. That took forever. My hand is tingling. And here's the pieces. We still gotta grind them down and get them ready to put back on there, I guess. Got to go back to Metal Supermarket and get a piece of 4-inch square tubing that goes across here. Alright y'all, we're back at the house. I got some metal. We're gonna get this thing. I'm tired of messing with it, but I gotta get it done. I've spent a lot of time on this, a lot of money, but my wife knows I'll take off the rest of the week, I'll take off the rest of the month to get this stupid thing done. I'm not gonna have an unfinished project. And it's gonna work, not like it did a while ago. That was jankety while ago. Alright, we got our piece of 3-inch square tubing in here, and I use these wedges. My dad gave me these, so these have been pretty handy. I've used them for really unique purposes like this, so let's get her all welded up, boys. I'm not worried about that paint. We'll just weld over it. Yeah. Well, we got this piece welded on there. Now we're going to weld this piece on, which is going to attach to, where'd I put that stupid thing? This long piece, which attaches to the winch. Alright, so we got this top part finished up. We got my winch hooked up to it. So now we got to redo the mount for this, what do you call that? My dad knows what these things are called. Top link. Top link for the tractor. That's what they're normally for. So we're going to have to spread it out a little bit. So these top links, they got quite a bit of thread on them. I don't know, what's a good rule of thumb on these things? How much thread do you need? You know, I don't know. Maybe like at least, I don't know, that much. 1.5 inches. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 8 turns. That ought to hold, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to do something a little different on this top link. So we're going to use one of those pins and these plates right here, and we're going to have a pin just sticking out right here. That way I can just put it right over it. That way one hand I can use to support this, and then the other hand I can use to put that on there. Because the way I was doing it before, I needed 3 hands. Alright, here's what we're going to do. The pin's going to go in these holes, but I want it to not go all the way to the bottom, because I want to be able to weld on the bottom side of that. So what we're going to do is use this little piece of metal right here, set it on top of it, and then set this on top of that, and then set the pin on top of that. Got this all welded up. This works out pretty good. That doesn't bow as much now because it doesn't have as much pressure on it. I was going to put a piece across there to stabilize that. I don't think I need it anymore, so instead that piece I'm going to use in place of this. It fits right in there. It's 2-inch square tubing, and it'll come up higher, because whenever you lower this thing down, when it gets almost horizontal, it just wants to drop. So I need a little more height on it.